Hi, and it's time for another episode of The Gold Mine. I'm your host, Casey Bell, and today's guest is owner of Chef Bella B LLC, Rebecca Morgan. Let's get the show started. Okay, so being an entrepreneur, did you grow up in an entrepreneurship household?
I did not. My mom pretty much has always had a 9 to 5. My dad wasn't in the picture. But I think there's always been like an entrepreneurial spirit in a way. My mom has 3 degrees, so education was big for her. And just instilling a work ethic. You know
So
what I
when
mean?
did you first come to the knowledge of entrepreneurship and that's what you wanted to be?
I want to say just working in kitchens, and realizing that honestly, no one's gonna run a kitchen the way I run a kitchen unless it's my own. So, I just got to a point where, I was like, if if I'm gonna truly be happy in my passion in cooking, then I'm gonna have to work for myself.
So being a chef, when did you first started cooking and first realizing that cooking was definitely something you enjoyed?
I was in high school. I had a really bad sports injury. I tore my ACL, and so that kind of ended my track career. My mom she worked late, so I would have to kind of cook for my brothers and that's when I just started getting really interested in it. Like it was almost like discovering science. You one spice here, two spice here, four spices here. This makes a different palette. This makes a different. So it just became very fascinated with me, and then I kind of just stuck with it. I started getting better and better at it.
So, what was your journey as far as getting into the entrepreneurship road of being personal chef?
I quit my job. I just started a business, got an LLC, started my business, and really, I started off on Thumbtack, as far as getting my clientele. Um, and then I just started making my way through there. Um, it's definitely a learning curve. It's definitely learning as you go, and learning what works for you, what doesn't work for you. Um, Teaching you how to kind of open up your I guess your bag of talents. Um, yeah, it's been from when I started to now. I can honestly say it's been quite a ride. It's been quite a ride.
So, your business is Chef Bella B Kitchen. What do you offer your clients?
So my business is Chef Bella B LLC.
Okay.
Um, and I'm a private and personal chef. I do my niche is dinner parties. So I provide the ultimate dining experience. I do the whole shebang. I do the whole layout. So I do the menu, the food, the place setting, um, and the dinner spread. So yeah, I'm just trying to provide that 5-star feel in the comfort of your own home. Um, and then a little bit of knowledge on top of that. You know, cooking is cooking is not a chore. Cooking is something. It's a I guess you could say it's a survival skill.
Yeah.
So, just trying to convey the message over that cooking is the new sexy. Cooking doesn't have to be hard, doesn't have to be complicated. It could be very simple. So, you know, just kind of what I work with.
So, when the client comes to you, do they need to have ideas, or do you give them ideas, or is it a little bit of both? They can come with ideas, or they just come to you with nothing, and you kind of help them out.
Yeah, it's a little bit of both. So I get clients that come to me and know exactly what they want. and kind of already have like, a preset vision. And then I have clients who are kind of like, I've never done this before. I don't know how this works. So you got to kind of walk them through. But all my menus I customize to my client. Your dinner spread I customize to the client. So yeah, I work with both.
Cool. So I'm sure you being in customer service, you understand that sometimes you can have some of the best clients in the world. Then there's times where you can get those people who you wish you never met. But in the same breath, you do learn a lesson and you do learn something. Sometimes you may change a policy or may change something on your website because of this
Mm-hmm.
person. And so what are maybe 2 or 3 things you've learned during this process?
Through this process, I've learned that cooking is subjective. Um, Not everybody's gonna like it, even though they think they want it. They might not really want it. Um, I've learned that I've learned know your worth as far as your pricing. Know your worth. Don't undercut yourself. Um, don't undercut yourself, but know your worth. At the end of the day, you are providing a service. Therefore, you're a luxury. So if people can go out and buy this, then people can buy you. Um, and be patient. Like be patient and not the money will come. Don't chase the money. At first, in the beginning, I understand you want to get started, you want to get paid, you already got that billionaire mindset, you know what I mean? You're bringing in the dough. I understand. You're in between blessings. The billions are pending in your account right now. That's fine. So be patient, um, and don't chase the money. Really hone in and master your business and what you want it to look like first. And then the money, once you get that down packed, the money's gonna come. It's gonna come. So
Thanks for that advice.
yeah.
So if anything, what has the pandemic done to your business, good or bad, or in between?
For me, honestly, it was more of like a pivot. It was good because people didn't want to go outside. People, I think now people are starting to kind of break out of it, but people were kind of afraid to go sit down in a public setting and eat. Restaurants was just not sounding good. So with people having that kind of mindset with COVID, people have really just started kind of staying at home, and you got to get creative, so people travel and then they rent to Airbnb and then they hire me. So that's kind of been really good for me. Not only that, but it's kind of shown me that, you can do this. And this is exactly what you're supposed to be doing. So, yeah.
That's good. That's really great. I thought it may have been a negative side to you, but actually it's doing well. So that's great.
Mm-hmm.
So what is something advice you can give someone who is on the fence of starting a business and they have all the excuses as to why they can't, they shouldn't, they don't, but give them some encouraging words as to why it is important to start your own business and maybe a first step that they can do to start that business, whatever it may be.
I'm just gonna say jump, just jump, just do it. Um, what I learned is there's never a perfect time. You're always gonna be like, oh, when I get this, and oh, when I get that. There's never gonna be a perfect time. So just do it. Just go ahead and jump out there, take that course, read that book, obtain that LLC, call that client, whatever the case may be, just start. Just start. Um, just start and be patient with yourself. entrepreneurship and having your own is tough. You thought the 9 to 5, you thought pulling 40 hours a week was tough. Entrepreneurship, there is no clock in time, and sometimes there is no clock out time. So you're constantly trying to improve and build your business. So be patient with yourself, and know that Rome was not built overnight. So,
Right.
mhm.
So being a chef, is there anything you enjoy cooking the most?
Pasta. Oh, I am a pasta head. I love pasta.
Cool.
Anything and everything with pasta. I make a super dope Alfredo sauce from scratch. So yeah, just pasta.
So my last question for you, if you've ever, I guess, watching television or maybe reading a book, ever been inspired by a chef that you would like to meet, whether they be dead or alive, who would this chef be and why?
If I had to choose, most of my chefs that I've been inspired by, I've worked with.
Oh, cool.
So whether it was an instructor or whether it was my boss, those are the chefs that I was really inspired by, because a lot of these chefs have never had formal training. They just have a natural love and talent for cooking. They obtain a lot of knowledge when it comes to food. But if I had to choose someone, like I guess on TV, I guess I would have to say Gordon Ramsay would probably be one of them, or Bobby Flay. Those are two chefs I find they're just very knowledgeable. I'm really good at what they do. So yeah, I guess I could say that for TV sake.
That is all the time we have for you today on The Gold Mine. I'd like to thank our guest, Rebecca Morgan, for stopping on by, and of course, you, the audience, for taking the time to view. Have a great day. Have a great week.